Hello, hello, hello. Could I have your attention? Thank you all so much for coming. Sorry we got a late start here. The person who was supposed to lead this event had some visa issues and unfortunately could not attend. So we're last minute trying to figure out what exactly we're doing. We're going to split into discussion groups in a second. It'll take us about 4 more minutes to figure out what the discussion topics will be. So if you could just continue talking, meeting new people, maybe say hi to someone you haven't met before. We'll be back on in a second to tell you what the different discussion groups will be, and then you can choose which group fits you the best. That sound good to everyone? We're gonna have 7 different groups. Thank you for the kind group leaders who have last minute agreed to lead the various groups. So I'm gonna name them off. When I say your group, if you could raise your hand and point to which corner or part of the room you will be having your discussion in, and maybe say about 20 seconds what you expect your discussion to be about. Then people can see who the group lead is and decide which group they would like to be a part of. So I'm just gonna name them out quickly at first, and then I'll ask the people who are leading them to raise their hand and say a bit about the discussion they will be leading. So we're going to have discussions on invertebrates, on careers, on policy work, on fundraising, on AI. We're gonna do an intro to EA discussion, and we're gonna do a discussion on entrepreneurship as well. So I believe Aaron from Shrimp Welfare Project is going to be leading the invertebrates discussion. Aaron, could you briefly say what that'll look like? Nyan from NYC Careers, if you could say what the careers discussion will look like.
So like mostly we'll have a discussion about different career paths that you can take, or if you're from an organization and you want to get featured on any of the jobs, or like have to share with other people about your organizations, then we can have that discussion and maybe we can meet that side.
So that's probably a really good group to go into if you're looking to get a career in animal advocacy and not quite sure where to begin. My own dearly esteemed colleague Karthik will be leading a discussion on policy work. If you could speak about that.
Right. So we're simply going to talk about strategies when it comes to policy work, some of the successes that we've seen, and what the future of this particular pathway can look like. So that's what we're going to cover essentially, mostly from an Asian context. I think, yeah, that's about it. Thank you. We'll be over there in that corner where the water is.
Great. James from Vegan Hacktivists will be doing a discussion on artificial intelligence, on AI.
Hi, yeah, we're going to keep it simple. We're going to talk about the risks of AI, how we protect against those, and the benefits, how we can make use of it as well. And where should we go? We're going to go in the middle-ish over here, because I know a few corners have been taken already. So just around here.
Thank you. Kevin from Hive will be talking about an intro to effective altruism. I think it might be off.
Yeah. Oh no, it's on. Okay, yeah. So mine will mostly be like questions and answer based. If you're fairly new to effective altruism, can provide some general inputs on the ideas and the implications for animal advocacy. So anyone who's kind of like new to all of this, happy to have you. And we will be back there.
I want to echo, if you are new to EA, if you're not super familiar with what EA is, I'd really encourage you to check out that group to learn more what it's like. Remember, you will have the chance to rotate groups midway through. We're going to do 2 discussions of 20 minutes. And last, but certainly not least, we have another James here who will be talking about entrepreneurship.
Yeah, this is going to be the best group, and we're going to be talking about entrepreneurship, why it may be the most impactful career path for you, and answer any questions you have about what it's like starting a charity, whether it's for you or not.
Great. Thank you all so much. So if we could have...
And we're going to be right here in the front here.
Great. So if we could have our lovely group leads go to their respective locations, maybe have your hand raised so people can find you. We'll be in this for about 20 minutes, and I'll call for people to break up and switch. Thank you all. Fundraising? Okay, so I'm so sorry. Sorry, one last group. I'm so sorry I missed. Chani here will be leading a group on fundraising. So if you work at an organization and you're trying to get money for that organization, I really recommend you join this group right here. It'll be with Chani. Sorry about that. Cool. So could I have all the group leaders kind of come out, arise from where you are, Aaron, James, Chani, if you could all kind of come towards the middle, at least the group leaders, James, and say, or well, James is, and say what your group is again. So Aaron, if you could go ahead. Okay, so that's the invertebrates group focusing on shrimps and insects, especially they'll be in the back left corner here. James, James Che. Okay, entrepreneurship group is going to be in the middle. Reiner, you're taking over for policy. Policy is in the far right, back corner. Nyan, you're doing careers still? Right? Okay, so careers will be in the same place it's at, in the back there right now. James Morgan, you're still doing AI somewhere? I hope you all continue to consider getting involved in effective altruism or staying involved in effective altruism in the ways that you are. It's a different movement than animal advocacy, but certainly been very influential in its support for animal advocacy and certainly been very influential for me and for my organization as well. If you want to stay involved with effective altruism, I'd recommend checking out some of the books written by Peter Singer or by William McCaskill. Also joining the Hive Slack ran by Kevin, who's in the back over there. Is a good way to do that. You can talk with myself or James or various other people here to join that Slack. So we have the opening ceremony, I believe, in about 10 minutes. So I encourage you to get out there and be ready and on time for the opening ceremony, and definitely make sure you get the contact information of anyone that you met who you find interesting today. Thank you all.